Hey Finxters, welcome back. Now in the previous video we learned how to import the necessary libraries, and then we went on to learn how we can import the dataset, and then we created our matrix of features and the dependent variable vector. Now it's time to learn how we can identify and deal with the missing values in our dataset. So if you have a look in this dataset, you'll find that the fields that have been highlighted in the yellow color are the missing fields. That is, these fields do not have any value. So you do not want to have any missing value in your dataset for the simple reason that it can cause errors while training your machinery model. So this brings us to the question, how can we deal with these missing values? Now there are majorly couple of ways you can deal with the missing values. The first way is to eliminate the rows that have the missing values. However, this method is only effective when the data set is huge. That is, it contains lots and lots of data. In that case, eliminating a fraction, for example 0 to 1% of the data from the entire data set would not hamper or would not bring changes to the output. However, this will not work if the data set has lots of missing values. So what do we do then? That brings us to the next method. In this strategy, we can simply calculate the mean, median or mode of the column that has a missing value. So in our case, we are going to calculate the mean value and then replace it with the missing value. So let us have a look how we can do that. In order to deal with the missing values, we need the help of the scikit-learn library. To be more specific, we need the help of a certain class within the scikit library. This class is known as the simple imputer class, and it is present within the compute module of the scikit-learn library. So let us try and import that from sklearn dot, then the name of the module, impute, import simple imputer. Okay, now we have successfully imported the simple imputer class from the scikit-learn library's impute module. Now let's try and deal with the missing values. Before we proceed, you can see that this is the data frame and we have couple of missing values which are represented by nan or not a number. So this was the first nan and this is the second nan, and we need to replace these values with the average or the mean value of each column. So let's do that. We first need to create an object of the simple imputer class. So I would name this object as imputer and then create the object. Okay, we have now created the imputer object for the simple imputer class. Now within this object we need to pass couple of arguments. The first argument is missing values. This argument helps us to find all the fields that have empty values or nan, that is not a number. So how do we specify nan? In order to do that, we need the help of the numpy library. So we will say np dot nan. Okay, we have now successfully passed the missing values argument, which identifies those fields which have a nan value or those fields which have missing values. Now the next argument that we need to pass is strategy. So strategy equals mean, and this mean should be within quotes. Now what does this strategy argument do? It is used to define the strategy that we are going to use. That is, in this case, we are going to find the average of the particular column which has a missing value. So we would say strategy equals mean. Now remember that imputer is just an object. We have not yet connected anything to the matrix of features. So how are we going to do that? Now in order to do that, we are going to use a simple function known as fit. So the fit method will help us to do exactly this. That is, it will help us to connect the object to the matrix of features, which is X. In other words, the fit method will look at the missing values and then it will calculate the average of the column that contains the missing value. So how do we do that? Let's have a look. Imputer dot fit. Now the fit function only expects all the values which are numerical. That is, it only expects the values from the matrix of features which are numerical, and it does not expect the categorical values. In order to specify that, we need to provide the correct indexes so that we only feed in the numerical values inside the fit function. We did something similar while using the iloc function, and we are going to do the same in this case as well. We are going to play around with the indexes. So let's have a look at our data set. And as you can see, if this is the 0th index, that is country is the 0th index, then age would be the first index, salary would be the second index, and purchased would be the third index. Now we have to apply the indexes accordingly inside the fit function. So let's do that. So imputer.fit, and then we would say X, which is our matrix of features. And from this, we need all the columns which are numerical, that is, have the index 1, 2, 3. Now you might be wondering why I used 1 until 3. This is because if you look at the data set once again, as I explained earlier, age is the first index, salary is the second index. And what we want is to select the salary and the age columns. So as you can see, age is the first column while salary is the second column. Or I should rather say that age has the first index and salary has the second index. So it is 1 until 3. Now why 3? Because the third column, that is purchased, will be excluded. I hope this was clear to you. So by now we have successfully computed the mean of the columns that have the missing values, and then we have successfully connected them to the matrix of features. Now it's time that we replace those missing fields with the value or the average value that was calculated by the fit function. Now how do we do that? To do that, we need another function known as transform. So the transform method returns a self-produced data frame that consists of transformed values. So without further delay, let us use the transform function. Let's copy this and paste, and instead of fit, we need the transform function. Okay, but now we have only used the transform function. We also need to apply it. So to do that, we would use something like this, equals imputer.transform. Now we did this in order to update the first and the second column, that is the age and the salary column of our matrix of features. Now let's check if this works for us. So to do that, we would use a print statement and then X, that is our matrix of features. Now let's try and execute this code, and there we go. As you can see, we have successfully replaced the nan fields with the average values. So let us try and cross-check this. So Germany, age 25, had the salary column empty. Now Germany, age 25, has the salary column with the value 58,000. So we have successfully replaced it with the average or the mean value. Now another column which was Germany with the salary 50,000 had the age field empty. So Germany with the age 38 has salary 50,000. Okay, so the average value is 38. So we have successfully replaced the missing values with the mean values of each column. So that was it for this video, and congratulations, you have learned another tool which you can use to replace missing values with the average value of that specific column. You can also use other methods like the mode or the median value, but we chose the mean method because that's the most classic way of doing this. Okay, that was it for this video. Goodbye.